Hey, this is John Howell here from tradinginvestingforyou.com. Anything I do say in this video is general advice only. I don't know your personal situation, so don't take this as personal advice, okay? Always take this as general education and always increase your education moving forward. Okay, fantastic. Let's get into today's video. Today's video, we're going to be looking at the S&P 500. That's right, the S&P 500. We're looking at that right now, and what we're doing is we're looking on the daily chart. Okay, so what we're going to look first, firstly we're going to look out on the weekly chart. It's always important to look at the weekly chart first to get a bigger view of what's happening in the market. Okay, and right now we're looking at the weekly chart. We can see that we got all the different months and so on and so forth down the bottom here. Okay, and with this overall weekly chart, we can see that this overall back here from basically the end of, or basically through to this is the end of 2010 into 2011, and we can see we had a big run up through here, and we end up coming all the way up through to up here. We had a major high, then we had a bit of a rebound, and we can see this overall yellow moving average here. That's simply the 200 moving average. Okay, market came down there, bounced off that moving average, came straight back up and broke back above it. Now this is where it gets quite interesting. Okay, let me see if I can zoom in a bit more to see what's going on with this actual market here. So I'm zooming right in, okay, so we can get a very good view of what's happening here. Now firstly, we can see, if we have a look at this overall market itself, is this. Let me just see if I can get the pen going. Okay, we can see here that this overall trend line here, this is the same trend line that we saw. If we have a look at, we move this over here, we can see this is the same sort of resistance here, and we can see that the market also came up here. It had a lot of, and once it broke up through here, we struggled to break below and came back up. And you can see here the market actually struggled up here. Okay, it really struggled to just keep breaking high. It ran up, and then it broke back down, and it broke back up. And you notice that this whole point here, when we're starting to bounce off this level here and bounce off this level here, if the market was strong, meaning the market really wanted to take off and keep going, then we would start to see more upside here. But we didn't, right? What happened here is we failed, and we broke straight back down towards my one of my moving averages here, which you can see here on the weekly chart. Totally is a resistance through here, and no, totally is a support through here. So it's major. It's a major thing to keep an eye out on the moving averages as well too. So then what happens here? You can see this overall support level through here. The market has slowly started to crawl up, and it's been rejecting at that level, this whole level through here, for quite some time, right? And so that shows me that we are looking like we're struggling right now to actually break up, and we look like we're struggling to break down. Meaning this. The overall picture here shows that we are in a pinnacle point right now. Okay, a big pinnacle point of what is likely to happen moving forward. And if we can see here, now again, we're looking at the weekly chart here, right? Looking at the bigger picture, we can see if I just draw a trend line up through here, can I draw it down from there to there? And we're going to draw a trend line up from there to there. We can see that this market has continued to bounce off this level and then bounce off this level. Now, the reason why I say that is this. If we have a look at this overall level here, it's been bouncing off this level here, bouncing off this level here, and pushing higher and pushing higher and pushing higher. This could be what we call an ascending triangle, okay? Where the market just keeps pushing up, and then the market keeps pressurizing up to the high side through here. So if we do get a break above this level through here, up here, then we are likely to race to new highs. Okay, that's what's happening here at the moment. But if moving on through to next week, or should I say this week, moving on through to next week, if we do get a close below this trend line, then doesn't it make sense that we're likely to run down towards this, at least towards this moving average? Makes sense, right? The reason why is this. For the last couple of weeks, this here, it sort of started here, it bounced off this period through here, and also we failed to close below that period through there. So this level through here is quite strong, right? It's quite valid, it's quite strong there, and so we don't know what's going on. We don't know what's really going on there at the moment. But if we do get a close below here, okay, the market opens up, runs up, maybe comes down and closes below here. That's a significant sign, right? Because it failed to close here, it failed to close here. Remember, this is a weekly bar, so it's strong. If we get a weekly close here next week, then that should see us head down to at least the moving average, where we've had the support through here, and also the major resistance and resistance through here. Okay, so that's major. Keep an eye out for that. Keep an eye on for that, because that's what likely could happen. Okay, so that's looking at on the weekly chart there. Okay, simple analysis. Forget the indicators for a while. Let's read the chart itself. Now let's move over to the daily chart here. Okay, and what we're looking at here on the daily chart is let's look at the finite level. Now we've looked at the bigger time frame chart. Okay, let's now have a look at the overall shorter term time frame. So the bigger time frame, we saw that, okay, we see that if the market does break up, then it looks like it could spend a bit of time to the high side. If the market does break down, then it looks like it could spend a bit of time to the downside. Okay. Now, what we're looking at here is the same thing. This yellow moving average is the 200 moving average. This sort of purple moving average is one of the moving averages that I use on a day-to-day basis as well. Okay. So moving forward, what we can see here is this. If we just draw a trend line from up the top here, and we just draw it down through there, we can see that we have a lot of major resistance up here as well. Okay, now the interesting thing is this: when we actually looked at this market, okay, it came down and bounced off this 200 moving average, and it ran straight back up towards this resistance line. When it ran back up towards this resistance line, you can see here that this overall support, market broke it down, resistance, and head back down from there. So this overall resistance through here, it became resistance through here as well too, right? So doesn't it make sense to you that if we did break above a resistance, which has had problems the last couple of times it went up there, doesn't it make sense to you that we should then shoot straight up like that? Because now we're free and clear to keep going. It makes sense, right? The buyers have completely broken past that resistance level now, and now they're free to take it up. But how come they ran up, went sideways, and then broke back down? That to me is showing a sign of weakness, okay? A sign of weakness in the overall market. And now and then because of that, we had that pull back down towards my moving average. Let me take everything off the screen here. And now because we had a market break back up, hit this resistance line and broke back down, look at this now. It came and had a major support through here. Okay, and now we had a big rejection, and the market's had a big pull up through here. But if we have a look at this in an overall picture here, as we said on the weekly chart, there's a lot of interesting things happening here. If we see that we have this sort of low through here, so this is low, then we had this peak up through here, and then we came down, made a trough through here, we made a high peak up through here, and we made a high trough through here. So what's happening is the market is completely stair-stepping higher, right? So the market is making higher highs or higher peaks and higher troughs. Market is continuing to push higher. But what is also showing here as well, which is showing a sign of weakness, and this is where we have to basically step back and say what's happening with this market, and then we can see what's going to happen, is we have what we call a technical double top. Okay, meaning the market ran up, made a top here, it ran up, just made an almost identical top, and then break back down. Okay, technical double top, or this is what we call a stop and reverse pattern. Stop and reverse pattern simply means it broke above resistance, couldn't continue on, and then break back down. Okay, so we're making higher troughs and higher peaks, meaning the buyers are in control, but we're also getting sign of weaknesses. Plus, we're also getting signs of the overall resistance line coming into place. So the next week or two is definitely going to be a defining week of where we actually move forward. Okay, so what's going to happen here is moving forward with this here. If we do start to, if this buyers move up through here is strong like we are going to see, and we do see a break above and start to close up here somewhere, then yes, we are likely to see a run to the next highs up here. Okay, and possibly even higher towards the short term. If we don't, and we start to break below, say this trend line through here, then we're likely to keep running down towards the 200 moving average, and possibly even lower, down to around about these lows through here. Okay, so that's what I see there, and that's what I see what's happening there on the overall chart itself. We can see there's a lot of things happening here on the chart, and if we just read the chart itself, we can get a lot of things from the actual chart moving forward. Okay, so I hope this has helped you understand what's happening in the market right now. Make sure you come down to tradinginvestingforyou.com. Make sure you click on the link below, and if you come down to tradinginvestingforyou.com, make sure that you check out the cash flow share trading mastery, what we're doing here. if you're watching my video on this blog right now, above here is the cash flow cash flow mastery summit. This is 2 days that we're really giving you in-depth detailed strategies. We've got a full video. Click on the banner and we can show you a video all about that as well too. Okay, this is actually almost full up as well. Okay, and so I'm going to be teaching here. This is me teaching for at least 1 full day in total, teaching strategies and releasing everything I really do know about trading the market to move forward. So make sure you go check that as well. And if you're not on, on my blog, then click on the link below in the actual description or around here on the description, or simply just go to tradingandinvestingforyou.com up here in the link description, tradingandinvestingforyou.com, then click on the big cash flow banner and we can take you to there as well too. Okay, so anyway guys, thanks very much. I'll see you tomorrow with another market update or another stock we can look at there. I hope this has helped you move forward, take massive action, and no matter what happens, say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, every evening, and that is success can be yours if you go claim it. So step up, take massive action, and face your fears today.